Hello. Been quite a while since I've done a video, but I decided I needed to do this one. I'm going to do this off the top of my head, obviously. I've wanted to talk about this for a long time. I've avoided it. It'll cause some issues, I'm sure. But other people are talking about what I'm going to talk about. And so I figured it's time for me to let my feelings out. I want to first speak to the arrest of Richard Allen. Once that happened, back, I guess, October, I expected things to start happening pretty quick. So I kind of backed off to watch the developments. Well, as we all know, we're not seeing anything happening as far as additional arrests. That doesn't mean they're not working on it, but we're left in the dark, and that's understandable. I just hope that they've got more than what we're aware of on Richard Allen, because I think the prosecutor is going to have an uphill battle unless there's a lot that we don't know, and there probably is. I want to take a big leap here, and I want to talk about something I observed a long time ago when I first got involved in watching the Delphi double murder of Libby and Abby. When I first saw the photograph of Abby on the bridge, I had a problem with it right away. I did some research, I guess we can use that word, and I couldn't confirm exactly what was going on, but I knew the picture had an issue, and I wasn't comfortable with it. And I wasn't really comfortable with the BG footage, but I was mostly concentrating on Abby's picture. And not only did I have an issue with the photo itself, I had a serious problem with some time frames. And that developed when the Ron Logan search warrant affidavit was made public. I had some problems with the sequence of events as far as times that were mentioned in that warrant. Now, I never shared this information with anybody other than Gonzo. And he was certainly interested, and in fact, the two of us traveled to Delphi and went to the bridge. And I think we pretty much confirmed that there's a definite problem with the timing that's listed. I'm not going to go into those details right now. Read the affidavit. So, physically looked at it, pretty much both agreed, yeah, these times can't be right. In addition to that, Steve from True Crime Web made a couple of trips to Delphi, and he contacted me and wanted to know if there was anything that I requested that he might do while he's there. And I told him about my concerns with the timing related to that warrant. So when he was there, I believe his second trip, he kind of agreed, yeah, there's some issues here. Something's not right with these times. So that was that, and I kept it to myself. But then some other YouTube channels started addressing not only the photo of Abby, but also the footage of BG. So I paid real close attention to those. And just yesterday, a new video came out related to those two issues. Now let me back up about a year ago. I have someone very close to me that happens to be a graphic artist and a Photoshop expert. They make a living at this. I presented the photograph of Abby to this person, didn't tell them much about it. It was basically, what can you tell me about this photograph right here of this girl on the bridge? And that's pretty much the information that this person had. They looked at it for approximately 10 seconds, and I think the words were, well, it's photoshopped, just as a matter of fact as I just said that. Well, it's photoshopped. They told me that it was a very good job of photoshopping, and they told me that they could duplicate that in about 15 or 20 minutes, and they wouldn't make the mistakes that the person who did that work made. So at that point, I was pretty confident that there's something wrong with that photograph. So again, I kept that to myself all this time. But after another expert was on a video yesterday, and I will post a couple of sites where you can do your own research, especially the one that came out yesterday. So we have two experts in the Photoshop world who agree that there's a problem with Abby's picture. So I'm not gonna go into the BG footage. I strongly believe law enforcement is involved in that, and they've got their own reasons. And I'm gonna pretty much leave this video right here. I expected more arrests to be made by now. That hasn't happened. I think law enforcement is to the point, and the prosecutors to the point, where they're going to have to make some moves. They're going to have to bring in some other people. They're going to have to arrest some other people. I don't think Richard Allen did this alone. So, there we are. I'm not going to answer a bunch of questions on your comments. I don't think I have to defend myself. I'm going with what I thought was my gut feeling and observation, had it confirmed by an expert, and just yesterday had it confirmed by a second expert in that area. And there's other YouTube videos that address this issue also. So let's hope the prosecution and law enforcement has more. I would think people involved have been watching the YouTube channels, snooping around, and it's probably time for somebody to start talking. I've talked about that a long time ago, a couple of years ago. It's time to talk. First one that comes forward with solid information is going to get the sweetest deal. It's that simple. That's the way it works. So, do what you want with this video. Like, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I've been staying in the dark for a while. I appreciate if you check out my book, House Secrets. A number of you have commented that you enjoyed it. I'll post a link for House Secrets and hope some of you pick that up. So, this opens a whole can of worms, doesn't it? If my speculation, and I will just call it speculation, is accurate, and it's not just me, there's others. Yeah, there's a whole new can of worms opened up. So let's see where this goes. It's time for something to happen. God bless you guys. See you later. Thank you.